it's really marvelous. I'm so happy to be here to help celebrate them, and it's a particularly nice evening because it's, as I understand it, very intimate, and people sort of tell stories. It's anecdotal and sort of feels inside, and I can't wait for that.
I don't get starstruck that often, but seeing Angela Lansbury, somebody that I grew up watching, is so iconic as an actress, and she's done so many amazing things. It was a nice little surprise for me to see her up close and say hello.
It's a great feeling to be honored. You should do it as often as you can. It's very exciting because the Academy was what I grew up with and what my heroes were celebrated with, the Oscar, and it was very, very unexpected. And it's also celebrating kind of my life's work rather than a specific performance, which I really take to heart. I really appreciate it.
Steve Martin was one of my first comedic experiences when I was in high school. Remember Wild and Crazy Guy, and I think that was probably the hardest I laughed. The first time I laughed so hard I almost broke my rib.
And Steve Martin, I remember seeing him a long time ago in The Jerk, and it's just one of those things where he's like Buster Keaton. He could entertain people, he could make people laugh, and through that, it's pretty, it's not easy to sort of sustain that kind of career for that amount of time and still be on top. Well, it's quite humbling, really. It's and heartwarming because you work so hard to make a movie, and to have that kind of response it's just terrific. I mean, that's what I can say. And as far as the buzz, the award buzz, or that's just cream on the cake, basically.
I think we knew that we had a really amazing story, and we were all deeply committed to trying to tell that story. And so when we started to get it out there and people started to see it, of course, having a reaction like that to something you care about so much is really, really incredible. So that's how it's been.
We don't get her on TV in England, but every time I'm in the United States, I put her on because I love her dancing. That's the best thing about her.
Huge fan about her design, and really excited to see her and see what she does. I think it's going to be great.
Oh, I love Ella. Yeah, I love doing her show, and I think she's got a great spirit and a kind of happy glow about her that makes her very easy to watch and to listen to.
It's so competitive this year. It's kind of hard to really put the cart before the horse. So I'm just trying to take it literally a day at a time, But it's kind of cool to be in such great company, such a competitive year. I love Ellen. She's so funny. Yeah. I'll get up there and dance with her a little bit.
It's more of a docu-series about building a family business, which I think people are going to find very compelling and very inspiring. And also funny because my family is crazy, but crazy in a good way. My mom and my brother Paul are really the stars of the show, and then Donnie and I come in from time to time and shake things up a little bit.
It's incredible. It's really nice. Most of the time you make art films, it's hard to get them made, number one. It's hard to find an audience, number two. And when they work like Dallas Buyers Club works, it's a really wonderful thing.
It feels real good to me. I mean, I knew when I read it that it could be something that could be really good quality. It could be really excellent. Story, I thought it had the opportunity to translate really well. I mean, it was special. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had making a movie. I'm still, it probably has in ways I don't even know. It has to do with how it shapes what kind of roles I'm looking for sure.
I'm excited. I would have to be. And I'm thrilled that I'm being put in that category, that people feel that, the work I'm doing belongs in that category of perhaps, being a nominee.
Number one, it's an Alexander Payne movie. Number two, it was all on the page. Everything worked there. Number three, he just said to me at the very beginning, don't show me anything, let me find it. So he's right there with the camera finding for every character, and you know that you've been very, very lucky.